Hello everyone, welcome to our video today on our 4-touch system and following up and the importance of that in your business. My name is Amy Christiansen Schaffman and I am a Senior Director with Keep Collective. And if you have seen any videos before, you probably know that my biggest area of opportunity is follow-up. And I had attended a training that really brought to light what I was missing, the opportunities that I was missing by not doing follow-ups. But this is my first experience in direct sales, and customer service is huge to me. I have worked in customer service before, so I know when a good person, cashier or store clerk or whatever helps you, that is like game changing for somebody's day. And I did want to be that designer that they just loved and wanted to come back to. But I really didn't understand following up after a thank you letter or following up after somebody ignores me from an event. And honestly, a lot of that was probably the fear of sounding salesy or getting past my own hurdles of not wanting to be pushy, or just assuming that they didn't want it because they didn't listen to it. And then they didn't reply. And then I started thinking about me and my emails and how full they get and how I respond to things regularly in my head and never actually put it on paper or via email or text. And just how busy people are. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'll get to that later. And then my inbox gets full and I just kind of completely empty it all out and think, well, if it was that important, they'll get back to me. So, when I started doing this training and realizing the comparisons between touch 1, 2, 3, and 4 and beyond, it wasn't surprising to me, but it was surprising to me that I hadn't thought of it before. So here's a little bit about touches, and this is going to be mind-blowing, so be prepared. No, I think everybody has the ability to grow some in their follow-ups, and if you're new to direct sales or new to Keep, I'm going to tell you that it is really going to be game-changing for your business. I look back at my customers for the last 3 years when I was doing like my holiday cards and literally wanted to kick myself for the amounts of opportunities I probably missed. And I've spent time at events where people come up to me and they've heard of Keep and I'm all excited and I'm like, who's your designer? Because likely I'll know them and they won't even know their name, but they still regularly order. They just pull up the Keep site and order, and that person happens to be on their cookie, so they're getting it from them, but they don't even know their name. And to me, that's not how I want my customers to feel ever. When they go to an event and see Keep, I want them to be like, oh, Amy Christiansen Schaffman, or probably just Amy with some really long last name, is my designer, and she's awesome, and she always helps me get the design I really want and make perfect gifts. And that's what I want to portray. So if that's the designer you wish to be, and if you really wish to invoke the loyalty of your customers and the VIPs coming back, the follow-ups are going to be the one area for you to get there. And so with this training, what they taught you was the first follow-up, whether it's a follow-up from an event or follow-up from an order, you get about a 2% conversion rate, which means 2% of people respond back to you. And then with the second touch, it's about 3%. And then the third touch is about 5%. So you're thinking like 5% of the people you're reaching out to are even responding. So you sent, 15 emails from a vendor event you did, and only 5% of that's actually going to get back to you to even acknowledge that you've messaged them. But then you get to the fourth touch and beyond, and it jumps to over 90%. 4 touches is like the magic number, and you're not doing them daily. It's not like here's 4 touches in one day. You're going to give them time, like the first day and a week, and then a week after that. And if it's an order, typically I go a month after that. But if it's somebody from an event, I do another week, simply because the dates are coming and you'll probably have to give them new availability. But the point is making those 4 touches and making them feel like, one, not pressured. I typically like to throw in there something about if you're anything like me and you respond to emails in your head, and I think that's the response, or the one that I get most responses to, like, oh my God, that is so me, I'm so sorry. So making sure that you're giving them like, hey, Brenda, just want to just want to check up on your winning raffle slip. The dates we had have come and gone, so I wanted to give you my availability for next month and see if you'd like to grab any of those days or something very simple like that, and a reason why you're reaching out again. But those 4 touches are going to be really astronomically beneficial to what you're doing, to keeping those loyal customers, to converting just contacts into customers and hostesses, and really building your business strong. And the follow-ups, I always like to do a card, but I will tell you that your business changing follow-up, the game changing step in that is going to be picking up the phone. And you probably just cringed a little bit if you're anything like me. I don't know why I suddenly have this phobia to a phone, because let me tell you, I grew up where cell phones weren't around. It was like you were the popular kid if you had a beeper, which I had a beeper and learned how to text through that. But early days of texting, I could write hello. But you will, the phone is kind of, I don't know, challenging and off-putting for a lot of people. But that will be the one time that you really make the connection with somebody. They are surprised that you're calling, that you're having a conversation with them. The phone is also really game-changing in your business. If a customer has a question, picking up the phone and giving them a call instead of just emailing back and forth is showing the next step of customer service. But when I call up my customers, I will not lie to you, there's a part of me that's like, please be a voicemail, please be a voicemail. But when I get somebody on the phone, and it's very simple to just be like, hi, this is Amy from Keep Collective. I was just calling to talk about your raffle winnings. Is this a good time to talk? And I always throw in that, is it a good time to talk? And I have to say that the response, I never get somebody who is just like, no, I can't talk to you. I definitely get people who say, you know what, I'm really not interested right now. And that's fine. I'm okay with a no. But it's another level of follow-up. And I actually track my follow-ups in an Excel spreadsheet, but I will link here not only the home office's 10-4 program that talks about the 4 touches, but also their tracker. So you can just print it off and track your 4 touches with people. It makes it really easy to know where you're at in that and if you should keep going. And I'm going to tell you, 4 is not always the magic number. For one of the designers, it was 5, and she got 100% response rate at the 5th touch, but really no responses before that. So do what you feel is best for you, but 4 is a minimum. 4 is if you want to have success in your follow-ups and being able to build that strong base in VIP customers. And if you have any questions on this, as always, you can ask your mentor or your closest star director. And if you're on my team, you always have me. Until the next one.